Greetings, beautiful and amazing students. I welcome you all to CIAY Wednesday Sunday class and quiz. This is week 1, and we will be taking you on tutorials on smartphone, graphic designs, and video editing for 52 weeks. There is just so much you can do with your smartphone, and with these classes, we can help you harness them. Watch every part of the video so that you will be able to pass the Sunday quizzes and win amazing prizes. My name is Miss Oma Anekwe Fever. You can go ahead and comment your name and the name of your school in the comment section, and also use the Google form that will be provided to mark your attendance. Let's get into the tutorial. So let's start with what is graphic design. So, graphic means pictures, colors, shapes, and text, while design means arranging things in a nice and meaningful way. So together, you can say that graphic design is arranging pictures, colors, shapes, and text in a meaningful way. It's so simple like that. Graphic design is all around us. Even right there in your class, there is a poster somewhere, indicating that this is JS1A, this is SS3B, and all that. You can say it's a design because it is the arrangement of text. Maybe there's an image in a meaningful way onto a purpose, to serve a purpose, to give information, to give direction, to advertise something, to invite someone to somewhere, to an event, to church program, and so on. So graphic design is the art of using pictures, text, and colors to pass a message or make something look attractive in the broader view. Imagine this. Have you seen a beautiful poster for a school event, or a funny meme on Instagram, or a well-arranged church flyer? That's graphic design at work. So we'll see some examples. Here is an example of a graphic design. This is an advert for a school. So this is a graphic design. This is an invite. This is an invite to a church program. And this is a meme, a social media meme. So these are graphic designs. So we'll go ahead to talk about the uses of graphic design in various fields. Graphic design is used everywhere. Let's look at some examples. In schools, for making charts, banners, timetables, and school magazines. In business, for creating logos, adverts, business cards, and product packaging. In churches, to design posters for programs, Bible verses, or announcements. In entertainment, for album covers, music promo arts, and social media content. In government, for public awareness campaigns like Say No to Drugs posters. In social media, almost every flyer or post you see was designed by someone. So we will be using some apps, or a lot of them, for this project or for this, prolonged time of tutorial on smartphone graphic designs. So these are some of the apps we'll be using: Pixelab, Canva, PixArt, Photoroom, and Lightroom. Gone are the days when graphic designs are done just with your laptop. With your phone, the phone you use to chat and laugh on Facebook, you can do much more. You can make money, be relevant in your church, in your society, in your class, in your school, be relevant. By offering these services to your school, you can earn money and also be recognized and be relevant for it. Make a lot of money, because a lot of people have, built their career, become very wealthy just by being graphic designers. So someone who is into graphic design is called a graphic designer. So these are the apps we'll be using just with your smartphone. So your smartphone is no longer just for making calls or talking with your friends on WhatsApp or Facebook. You can use it to make money by designing posters, and you can print these posters. You don't just design. You can just take your phone to a printing press and give them the design. They can print it. So you see, at a very young age, having the skill handy, you can make money. So there's some things you require money for. You don't have to always have to call your mom, your parents, your uncle to do that for you. You can make money by providing these services. So let's take a picture of some of the apps so that if you see them, you can recognize them. This is the picture. The first picture on the slide is the picture of is the icon. Let's say icon of Pixelab. Next is Photo Room. So let's just break it down. Pixelab is the first app we'll be learning in this session. Pixelab is the first app. It's for designing. So like we said, graphic design is bringing shapes, pictures, text, and colors together to pass a message, to do something meaningful. So this Pixelab will help us bring the colors together, bring the texts, bring the images and the shapes together. So that's what Pixelab will serve in these lessons or tutorials. So the next one is Photo Room. What is Photo Room used for? Photo Room is used to remove background. So there are two different kinds of images you will know about in the course of this study. There is JPEG and there is PNG. JPEGs are images with background and PNGs are images without background. So most of the images you might be using to create these incredible designs, like we see in the previous slide. Let's go back a bit. The image of this girl on this flyer, maybe the image came with a background. Maybe the girl is standing in front of a school building, but the background needs to be removed for the purpose of this design. So to meaningfully pass this message across, maybe the image at the background wasn't necessary. So the background needs to be removed for us to have only the picture of the girl. So the photo room I showed you just now is for removing backgrounds. But for now, just download only Pixelab because we'll start with Pixelab. I think just download only Pixelab and Photo Room from your Play Store. So you should have Google Play Store on your phones. So go to the app called Play Store or Google Play Store. Download Pixelab and Photo Room. So we're starting off with Pixelab and Photo Room. So the next app we'll be using is Lightroom and PixArt. So Lightroom is for enhancing your image, your designs. So when you're done with a design, sometimes it doesn't really pop. It doesn't give that feel because most times when you create a design, people will be like, "Oh my God, you used a laptop." No, you didn't. You used Lightroom to enhance the design, and the design came out looking really incredible. That people will think that you used a very sophisticated tool. So Lightroom is an app that will help you enhance a lot of things, a lot of features as we go on in this tutorial. In as we go on, you will learn more about Lightroom. Then PixArt is another app like Lightroom. But for now, do not download these ones. I'll tell you when to download them. So go ahead. We'll use Canva. Canva is another app like Pixelab. It's also, but it's more advanced. So it's also the app that will help us put the shapes, the pictures, and text colors together. So Pixelab and Canva are our main apps, but Pixelab has its own shortcomings. So with Canva. So there are some things you can do with Pixelab that you can't do with Canva, and there's some things you can do with Canva you can do with Pixelab. You have to utilize all tools for you to, get to the peak of your career or of your skill as a smartphone graphic designer. So you need to utilize everything usable. You need to, use them all, because there's some things you can achieve with Pixel Lab you will not achieve with Canva. So the next app is Snapseed, which is also a lesser version of the Lightroom we saw earlier. So Lightroom is it's a paid app, while Snapseed is free. So you can enhance your image simply by not paying anything. Pixel Lab is actually free. So I will tag the ones that are free. Pixel Lab is free. Photo Room has free and not free versions of it. So, but we'll start with the free versions. But Pixel Lab is totally free. And Lightroom is not free. PixArt is also not free, but we'll get to that on how to harness them, even though they are not free. Then Canva is also not free. Snapseed is free. So we will start with Pixel Lab. Like I said, download Pixel Lab and download Photo Room for now. Then why is it cool to learn? Why is it cool to learn this skill? You can make money. You can help your school, your church, and family. You can become a young designer even before your university. You don't have to finish school for you to have a big career, a great career. You can make tons of money if you become really good. Even if you're still in your beginner's level, people are willing to pay. If you can just do something that they can use to pass across an information, to invite, or to, tell something, or to say even happy birthday. Your friend is doing birthday, so maybe you do not have the money to say happy birthday to the person. You can create a graphic design and, say something beautiful about your friend and send it. Your friend, your mom, your dad, people that are really dear to you. So that is why it is important to learn it. So this is just the introductory, just a brief introductory. We will go into further details in the next class. That is next week, the second week of the class. So now use this quiz to test whether you've learned something. And also when you download the apps, just look through it. What do you think you can do with it, even without having to learn anything yet? You can look through it and prepare so that when the classes, the learning the apps starts in full, you'll be like, oh, I thought there's, okay. Some things will be easier. So look through the apps before we start learning how to use the apps properly. So it's quiz time. So the first question is, what is graphic design in your own words? So now I have defined graphic design in my own words. So from what I said and from what you have known, if you're walking on the road, you see billboard posters on the road. So from your own, definition, or from what you thought before, what do you think graphic design is? And 2, mention 3 places where graphic designs are used. Graphic design is basically used everywhere, but you can mention 3 places you have seen or that graphic designs are necessary. So these are opportunities, job opportunities, because graphic designs are used in every sector. So you can never run out of employment opportunity or job gig opportunity as a graphic design, because graphic designers are needed everywhere. So mention 3 places where graphic designs are used. Then number 3, what is one app used for graphic design on smartphones? True or false? You must have a laptop to be a designer. So answer this one. And the 5th question, these are just very simple questions to test your knowledge and get you prepared for second week. So second week, we have to go deeper and deeper. So by the end of this class, you will be a pro, I tell you, as far as you practice. Because one thing with this is, if you leave something, it will leave you. When back then in secondary school, I didn't quite like maths. But one thing I realized is that the more you solve it, the more you get into it, the more you ask questions, you go to that brilliant classmate that loves maths, or attend or pay for, lesson classes, you get to know it. You don't like this thing, but when you put yourself into it, it has. Let let's put it this way: that thing will like you. That thing will get to like you. So, and when that thing gets to like you, you will get to like it too. So, if you do not practice what I teach you in these tutorials, it might leave you. There's some people, maybe they don't need to practice for something, but I tell you, practice is the way to go. So, when I tell you to do one design, for example, when we get into the app proper and I give an assignment to replicate a design, if I say replicate one, you can go ahead and replicate 5. You can go ahead and replicate 10. You will be ahead. I tell you, ask questions if you have any confusions or anything you want to be sure of or clear of. Ask questions in the comment sections. And don't forget that you should and number 5, the 5th question, mention 2 reasons why learning graphic design is useful. So also mention 2 reasons why. You can also mention, if I just mentioned 3 here, so you can mention more if you know more. That is not part of what I already said in the class. So mention 2 reasons why graphic design is useful. So we have come to the end of week 1. We have come to the end of week 1. Tell me something, that is shocking to you in the comment section. Let's say, for example, you're shocked to know that you can actually use your phone that you always used to chat, or let's say browse, that you can actually use it to create incredible designs like the designs I showed you in the last slides. They might be the designs, because those designs, disclaimers, they are not mine, but you can design something exactly like that with your smartphone. It's possible that the designer used Photoshop, which Photoshop is an advanced tool used on laptops. It is very possible. But with your smartphone, you can do exactly what a Photoshop designer did, and you can collect the money a Photoshop designer, that is a laptop designer, collects. Isn't that juicy? So, should I say sit tight, fasten your seatbelts, because if you pay attention to these classes, I bet you your life will be different. Okay? So, go ahead, download the apps, and comment your questions, your eagerness to learn more. Anything on your mind, put it down in the comment section. Thank you, and we will see you next week. Stay tuned for Sunday quizzes here on YouTube, 8 p.m.